A high level of production, but in a year when that seems to be the norm for tight ends. Just how good is Texas A&M's Jace Sternberger? We'll be discussing him next as our 2019 NFL Draft Profile Series right here on DynastyLeagueFootball.com continues.
The NFL Draft Profile Series, NFL prospects, break it down, let's get it. People's pen and the gridiron scholar, time to do it major. Let's see who running the field, let's analyze the data. Yeah, let's go.
The last tight end from a Texas school named Jace didn't fare so well in the pros. But this isn't Amaro, it's Jace Sternberger. Now, John, he just went to his third school in as many seasons and became an immediate focal point of Jimbo Fisher's new offense at A&M. That in itself is saying something. Have we even scraped the surface of what Jace Sternberger's upside can be?
Andy, off the air, you and I were just talking about how deep and talented this tight end class is. And Jace Sternberger, I have fallen more head over heels in the last month than almost any player in my research. I watched him in college fantasy football this year, but when I started to really analyze the film, I realized how good of a tight end prospect this young man is. Now, he was a three-sport athlete in high school. He played basketball, track, and football. You see that in the athletic ability. And you're right, in 2015, he enrolled at Kansas, and he redshirted, and he saw very limited action the following season. Then he decided to transfer, and he played at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M, which is a JUCO school, in 2017. He finally landed at College Station last year, and he snatched 47 passes for 804 yards and 10 touchdowns. That was a decorated season. He was consensus All-American first team by many media outlets, All-SEC first team, and John Mackey Award semifinalist. He was the team offensive MVP and strength and conditioning offensive Aggie Award winner. And this is a team that had Travion Williams playing running back, who led the SEC in rushing. So you know what a tremendous offensive weapon he was for the Aggies. Career production is not astronomical because he only played one season. He ends up with 48 career receptions in college. He averaged 17.3 yards per reception, which is a great number for a tight end. And boy, does his team market share jump off the page. He had 19% of the Aggies' receptions last year. That's astronomical. His combine really opened my eyes. 4.75 40, 7.19 three-cone drill, and 20-yard shuttle of 4.31. So what you see is a 6'4", 251-pound versatile athlete with impressive physical tools. Now, he has an enticing mix of blocking, catching, and running abilities. He's not as mean and nasty as T.J. Hawkinson, but, he likes to mix it up as a blocker. Now, he's very good with the ball in his hands. He looks like a wide receiver. He's a natural hands catcher. He has very good release off the line of scrimmage. When the ball is in the air, he adjusts to the pass as well, and I think that comes from his basketball background. He does look and move like a receiver in the open field. He's very good concentration. He fights and wins in traffic. I think that's from being a forward in the high school level. He's a weapon in the middle of the field. He lacks elite route running skills. He probably needs some more practice. He's not Irv Smith running down the field. I think Irv Smith is a more ready-made pass receiver. He's a little lethargic in and out of his cuts because he's a big man. And he does not necessarily create a lot of separation at the top of the stem, but he does use his body well to snag the football. He has some wasted movement in his routes, and he only has one season of production on his resume. I have a second-round grade on Jace Sternberger, but you mentioned it earlier to me. He might sneak into the first round. What do you think, Andy, about Jace Sternberger?
Well, if this were last year's draft, Sternberger would be the top tight end in the class. And it speaks to the depth this year to go from that all the way down to probably what amounts to be the fourth one taken. That's not a knock against him as much as it is a testament to this year's crop. You want him for his receiving abilities, and I've seen the knocks on him in the rest of what his requirements are at the position, but this guy can hold his blocks at the line and not be a liability. And then the athleticism as a receiver creates an advantage for the offense. He runs clean routes, he has soft hands, he can make catches in tight windows, and he provides a consistent safety net for his quarterback. After the catch, he isn't a stiff lumberer, but he's not bowling you over, and he's not creating much else on his own. He does have adequate speed, though, to extend plays. I wouldn't necessarily build an offense around him, but as the third option in an offense, he has the ability to be a very reliable weapon who can spread the field by keeping defenses honest. With the guys ahead of him at his position this year, the bar being set is allowing him to provide great value at a reduced rate. The expectations also aren't going to be as sky high. Now, keep a close eye on where he lands because there are several situations where he can have an immediate impact, and he's already proven to be a fast learner. As I mentioned, he just learned 3 offenses in 3 years, so I think he can come in and contribute from day one. And as long as the expectations and the bar isn't set to be, that top-end tight end right away, I think he's going to surprise people and grow into a more solidified role as he advances through the league. He's a player, he's a dynamic player, and has the capability to be one of the top 16 tight ends in this league going forward in the next couple of years. And there's a tremendous value in that. We just went from a year where we talked about the league having no impact tight ends. Nobody felt good about being an impact tight end, to having a class that's going to offer at the bare minimum 4. Let us know what you think about Sternberger. Is he somebody you're targeting? Is he somebody you're hoping slides to you and gives you that great value on draft day? Check out John's other written work at footballdiehards.com. Go listen to some of the podcasts and read some of the other great articles right here on DLF. And go check out my newly launched website, expandtheboxscore.com, where you can see every touch of every Division I player from 2018 through 2016. Compare, contrast. Anything you're looking for can be found there. Thanks for checking us out today. Hope you enjoyed it.